She left her dusty street behind and reached 1 million followers. But fame, like fire, can cook your food or burn your house. Before the billboards and sponsorship deals, Tomi Adebayo was just the girl who sold Puff Puff beside her mother's kiosk in Agege, Lagos. Her laughter used to rise with the morning traffic, mixing with the hawkers' calls and the clatter of okadas. Then came her first phone, cheap, cracked, second-hand. She used it to film funny skits about Lagos life, power cuts, nosy aunties, Danfo chaos. The videos were raw but real, and people loved them. Within a year, Tomi's page, Tomi Talks Africa, hit 1 million followers. Brands came calling. Her accent softened. Her captions changed from pidgin to polished English. Soon, she moved into an apartment on the island, far from the noise that once fed her humor. Her mother still lived in the old house behind the bakery. "Come home for Sunday stew," Mama BC would say on the phone. Tomi always promised, "Next weekend, Mama." But weekends became photo shoots, and Mama's voice faded beneath the buzz of notifications. One humid afternoon, Tomi returned to Agege, not for family, but for content. She wanted a relatable throwback vlog. A film crew followed her through the narrow street as children shouted her name. At her mother's stall, the old woman wiped her hands on her wrapper, eyes shining. "My child, you finally came." Tomi smiled for the camera. "Mama, say hi to my fans." The crew zoomed in as she adjusted her sunglasses. Behind her, Mama BC stood frozen, unsure whether to wave or hug her daughter. The video later went viral. Tomi visits her humble beginnings. Comments poured in. "So grounded. Queen of the people." But Mama BC wept quietly that night. Her daughter had come home only for views, not love. A few weeks later, Tomi received an invitation to the Ibute Cultural Festival, a community event raising funds for school children. The organizers wanted her to host it, hoping her fame would draw sponsors. Tomi almost declined. The fee was small. But her manager whispered, "Good optics, charity looks good on camera." So she went, heels clicking on the same dusty soil she once ran barefoot. Villagers cheered as she took the stage. She smiled, practiced, and perfect. "Hello, beautiful people of Ibute." Then an old woman approached with a carved bowl, asking her to bless the first donation, a tradition for honored guests. Tomi flinched at the woman's wrinkled hands, the scent of camwood and palm oil. She laughed lightly into the mic. Mama, we don't do cash bowls anymore, please. There's POS and bank transfer now." The crowd chuckled uneasily. The woman bowed her head and shuffled away. No one noticed her whisper, "When roots forget the soil, even the rain turns its face." The next morning, a clip of Tomi mocking the old woman trended. #ProudTomi, #disrespectful influencer. People dragged her online. Sponsors paused deals. Brands deleted posts. Tomi tried to defend herself. It was just a joke, but the internet does not forgive pride caught on camera. Soon, her page was a storm of insults. Comments from fans she once inspired now stung like stones. Her manager dropped her. Even her best friend, Ada, stopped answering calls, afraid of backlash. Days turned into weeks. Her phone stopped buzzing. The silence was louder than any applause she had ever known. Broke and heavy-hearted, Tomi packed a small bag and returned to her mother's house. The once bright gate was rusted. The air smelled of frying beans. Mama BC opened the door slowly. Her face was thinner, but her eyes were the same, gentle, knowing. "Tomi," she whispered, "the house is small, but there's space for you." That night, there was no ring light, no script, no camera. Just the two of them, eating from the same plate under a dim bulb. "Between spoonfuls," Tomi said softly. "Mama, I mocked a woman at the festival. I shamed myself and you." Her mother placed a hand over hers. "My child, when a tree grows tall, its leaves must still bend to drink from its roots. You forgot to bend. Tomi wept. For the first time, the tears were not for her image, but for the pain she had caused. The next morning, she walked back to the festival ground. Only the old woman's empty stool remained, facing the river. Tomi knelt beside it, setting down a fresh white cloth and a bowl of water. "Mama, wherever you are, forgive me," she whispered. A sudden breeze rustled the water's surface. For a heartbeat, she thought she saw the woman's reflection smiling. That day, Tomi recorded a new video. No makeup, no filters. She sat beneath a mango tree behind her mother's house and spoke directly to the camera. "Fame made me forget gratitude. I disrespected those who built the roads I walk on. If you've ever let pride make you cruel, learn from me." The video spread slowly but steadily. Not viral from scandal, but from sincerity. Viewers called it the realest thing she's ever posted. Within months, she began hosting youth workshops on content creation, teaching humility alongside branding. She no longer chased followers. She built community. When success blinds gratitude, failure becomes your teacher. Fame fades, character stays. Never forget the hands that fed you before the world knew your name. I hope you learned something today. See you in the next video, right here at African Folktales TV.